When did you realize how lucky your childhood was? I was at the grocery store on a Saturday morning, standing in the cereal aisle trying to decide between two brands, when I heard this woman next to me talking loudly on her phone. She was probably in her early 40s, designer purse, expensive-looking clothes, the whole deal. "No, Emma, you cannot have the organic granola," she was saying to what I assumed was her daughter. "Do you know how much that costs? We're not made of money." I glanced over and saw this little girl, maybe 8 or 9, holding a box of some fancy cereal that probably cost like $7. The mom snatched it out of her hands and put it back on the shelf. "You'll eat the store brand like everyone else," she snapped. The kid started to tear up, and the mom just rolled her eyes. "Oh, don't be so dramatic. It's cereal, not the end of the world." Something about that interaction just hit me wrong. I found myself thinking about my own childhood, specifically this one morning when I was about the same age. My mom had taken me grocery shopping, and I'd asked for this special dinosaur-shaped cereal I'd seen advertised on TV. It was probably twice the price of regular cereal, and I knew we didn't have a lot of money. I remembered my mom picking up the box, looking at the price, and I could see her doing that thing where she was calculating in her head. We were living paycheck to paycheck back then. My dad had been laid off from the factory, and Mom was working double shifts at the diner just to keep us afloat. I was about to tell her never mind when she smiled and put it in the cart. "Really?" I'd asked, surprised. "It's kind of expensive. You've been such a good helper this week," she said, ruffling my hair. "And besides, dinosaurs are pretty cool, right?" I thought that was the end of it, but later that week I overheard her on the phone with my aunt. "I know it's silly, but he's been so understanding about everything lately. I just wanted him to have something special." Then she laughed, but it sounded tired. "I'll just pack extra sandwiches for lunch this week instead of buying from the cafeteria." Standing there in that grocery store, watching this well-dressed woman deny her daughter a $7 box of cereal while probably spending more than that on her daily coffee, I realized something. My mom, who literally couldn't afford to feed herself properly, had never once made me feel like I was a burden or that my small wants were too much to ask for. That dinosaur cereal probably cost her 2 meals, but she bought it anyway and made me feel like the luckiest kid in the world. I called her as soon as I got to my car. "Mom, do you remember that dinosaur cereal you bought me when I was little? Oh, honey, you love that stuff. You made me buy it for months after that. You know we couldn't afford it, right?" There was a pause. "Baby, you were worth every penny. You still are." I sat in that parking lot and cried like a baby, realizing that my mom had given me something no amount of money could buy. The feeling that I was always enough, always worthy, always loved.